Welcome to the podcast, HASSDISCUSSES. We are going to be looking at an interview with Jupiluxe. She's an artist that's managed by APOC Crisis and works with a lot of awesome people in the underground. She makes amazing funk music, and she also makes a lot of awesome different type of sounding shit. She doesn't just make cool funk shit. She makes amazing underground music, and she's been making so much waves. I love her aesthetic, and I love this interview that you will see. And for now, you're going to be looking at a little bit of her music video for Satisfied. So check this video out, and then you'll see an amazing interview. Like, comment, subscribe. Here it is.
That's why you never really get it, you just keep that shit inside. The world keeps getting colder, so hold me closer, and if I'm busy, hit me on your phone. We don't need no others, cause we have each other, keep that shit in check, and focus on the goal. Baby, I know I'm doing the most, I'm always doing the most, I'm keeping you close. I be doing lots of shit, it seems I'm never satisfied. I'ma get like really rich, bad bitch up on my side. I can do a lot of shit, but I'm never satisfied. So I set some bigger goals and try to keep them on my mind. I wake up and it's on my mind. Got this money on my mind, stay on my grind.
Welcome to HASSDISCUSSES. We got Jupiluxe in the cut. She is an artist, she's a rapper, she's a singer. She does a lot of amazing, beautiful stuff in the underground. She's worked with Jake OHM and APOC Crisis, among others. And what you been up to today?
Same thing as every day. I wake up, check my email, check my DMs, make some music, do some do some light reading, you know.
What do you read?
Dude, I read like all kinds of stuff, like marketing shit, like music shit, just anything that interests me. It's fun to learn, you know.
It's fun to learn when it's not like someone else, like you're not learning from someone else, you're like learning it on your own, when you're not being fed information.
Absolutely.
Like when you're self-feeding and stuff like that. What authors do you mess with?
Ooh, gosh. See, I'm not like reading like books or anything. I'm just like researching and like getting it from all different sources. So it's like asking me to list what channels I watch. I don't even know. It's whatever the algorithm feeds me and makes sense to what I don't know, all kinds. So many different people.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So back to what we were talking about before this. You grew up in Houston. What was like growing up in Houston like?
Well, I don't know if it's Houston specific, but I mean, Houston is really culture rich and there's a big hip hop scene. I kind of grew up like lower middle class, so I mean, I'm sure there's people with different experiences than me from Houston, but just really, I grew up with music being a very important tool to kind of just get through the day-to-day bullshit, basically. And hip hop was the main thing going on, so naturally, here I am making that now.
Do you mean like you were listening to music all the time in like school? Like it was just like blasting out of your ear?
Yeah, because everything fucking sucked. So I was like, I had long hair, so I was like, I'm gonna just hide my headphones and shit, because I'm like depressed and anxious and don't know how to talk to people. So I just like listen to whatever the fuck, and it's like, don't talk to me, I can't hear you, you know. That's how you get through the shit.
And like in high school, what would be on your playlist?
Oh man, all over the place. It was like stuff I grew up listening to, so a lot of 3 6 Mafia, a lot of Bone Thugs, that Zero in there, but then I had like Florence and the Machine and No Doubt and Fleetwood Mac and like ASAP Rocky, Kendrick, like all kinds of, just a mess of all kinds of different stuff.
I love Gwen Stefani's new stuff, but I mess with the old stuff. Do you listen to her new stuff?
Not especially, because for me it's a lot of like, if I grew up on it, it's like a special thing. I don't really like to check in the same way.
Yeah, I feel you. And ASAP Rocky, I fuck with him. They're actually doing a re-release of Long Live ASAP to all platforms. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I haven't, but that's dope. They just did the re-release of the Mac Miller for streaming, and that was fucking exciting. I listened through that shit, and then I heard one of my favorite unreleased demos was like on there, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I thought I was never gonna hear this track because it keeps getting removed, but then they put it on the tape. I was like, that's insane.
So are you talking about Faces?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I love when people like put like on re-releases, they put some new shit. Like for So Far Gone by Drake, they put Congratulations on, and that song sample is a Coldplay song. So it's kind of cool to hear what Drake sounds like on like a Coldplay like instrumental and shit like that. I love Coldplay too. I want to sample Coldplay. Have you ever
Yeah, samples.
what?
I was like, yeah, samples. It's really dope to see how stuff can get flipped.
You produce, right?
No,
You
I
don't?
should.
Yeah. Well, like what was the first producers that you like ever worked with?
When I got started, it was a lot of like YouTube beats. So it was like Eerie Skies and like uh fuck. But one of the first people to hit me up was Phony Wallace, which I think is insane because
Yo,
he's so dope. Yeah.
Phony Wallace? Oh my
That was
god.
like one of the first producers to send me beats was Phony Wallace, and I was like, "Ooh, cool beats." I didn't even know. But he's out here. That dude is like he's dope and it's just so insane.
Man's
Yeah,
got
it's
Sam Hyde to rap on one of his beats. Do you
like,
see
he works
that?
with all kinds of people, man. It's crazy.
And the Spider Gang folks and stuff. Christ
Yeah.
Dillinger. So like, was this when before he was big, or like was it after he like? I mean, was this before he was like a big like producer, or was it like after he kind of like little blew up, kind of?
Well, it was like a year ago, so I think he was still like he was just as. I mean, I know he's really like doing some dope shit now, but I think I don't know how much has changed in the past year for him, but I know that as soon as I like looked into him, I was like, whoa, this is like a dope dude. Like, so.
Yeah. And Jake OHM, you've worked with him. How did you work with Jake?
I don't remember. I don't know who followed first or what, but it just kind of was like hey, you want to work? Yeah, let's work. And then we worked, and now that's a thing. I don't know. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. So on the Bandcamp thing, it says that you've been like making music since like 2015, but you haven't been dropping it till like now. Like, why the wait? Did you like have to find your sound, or like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just I used to just make music for myself just because I had like all these emotions I wanted to get out, and I didn't know I could just go on the internet and find beats. I thought you had to know somebody. I didn't think about it. So I would just like get an acoustic guitar and just like play some shit. I don't even know a lot of chords, so I would just like sit there and like be like, "Oh yeah, I'm finna freestyle, but it's indie music." And, it was really weird, but I've been doing that for a long time, and then just kind of it evolved into hip hop and finding beats on the internet, and then I was like, I am posting them on SoundCloud, but what if I really, promoted this or tried to like network and meet people and make friends and shit, and here we are.
And build like an aesthetic, cause like your aesthetic's fucking cool. Like, I think one of my favorite videos is like the Satisfied joint. That one, that's cool.
See, I don't even I have an aesthetic. I'm trying to find one. I don't know if it comes through, but
It's very like it's like cool vaporwave type of stuff, but then it also has like Tokyo Kill Bill shit too. Does that make sense?
I mean that sounds dope, so I fuck with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw this on TikTok and someone was like, the '90s in Tokyo was better than '90s in America, by like the way that shit looks, and like Tokyo '90s shit. It's easy to just like look up city pop and like find some image and then crop it and put it as your cover. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, that whole like vaporwave, like vintage, like but futuristic stuff.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that stuff. But you have like the whole Kill Bill tape series. Like, what movie do you fuck with more, Kill Bill 1 or 2?
Ooh, that's hard. I almost want to say one just because it's definitely gotten played more because you always start over a series and you watch the first one and then you get distracted because you've watched it so many times. So I've probably seen one more, but I don't know subject wise which one I fuck with more. They're one and the same to me. You play them back to back, so it's hard to pick.
Yeah, like the one has way more action, but the second one has like better background to all the characters and shit like that. What other Tarantino movies do you mess with?
I mean Tarantino in general. It's just really I really like stuff that takes risks and like gives like personality. So naturally he makes like some really crazy stuff. It's complicated because I don't really like violent media, but I do like just like how dope his shit is. But honestly, all of it, it's all got his like brand stamp going.
What like musician do you think is equally risky as Tarantino? with what that person makes?
Oh man, I'm so bad at stuff like this. Well, I don't know, cause do you think Tarantino's controversial? Cause my brain was like, oh, a little darky, naturally,
Yeah.
artistic.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, cause like just like artistically, it's like really like contrasty or whatever. But I don't know. That's hard to say. My brain doesn't really pull anybody besides like the first thought I had.
But I agree with the little darky stuff because he's like hard to show. It's hard to show someone a little darky song. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like either you get it or you're like, ah, what? Like, oh, that's controversial, whatever nonsense people say about Tarantino or whatever.
Yeah, you can say that about like a lot of different like people and or just like creators on YouTube and shit. Space Ghost Perp's controversial, but only because of like what other people fucking talk, like what the perception of him to like newer people and shit like that. But I want to ask, like, you use the term like bedroom philosopher a lot. Like, what does that mean? I fuck with the term, but I don't know what it means.
It's just a pair of words that I feel like applies pretty well to what I feel like I'm doing. I just spend a lot of time in my room by myself thinking about shit, and I got all these, ideas and philosophies about shit. So I feel like music is just kind of the product of that. So when you make music, and if you're like making music at home by yourself, you're doing it that way, it's just like, yeah, well, you're a bedroom philosopher. So
Yeah. When's the first time you like touched a DAW though?
probably like 2015. I've been trying to record for a long time. It's just I struggle with the applications and the tech stuff. I've never been that kind of person. I'm gonna vent. Let's just do this. Like I don't really, the studying and the technological stuff is hard for me.
Yeah. Like not everyone is like grown up around like a studio and has their like family that owns a studio. Like it's a lot of people on the same shitty type of laptop and the same shitty type of software. Like it's like when artists say that they use like Logic, they're not using our Logic or like the software. They're using like the $10,000 version, with like some studio that someone pays $15,000 a month for. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways to do it, but I mean, as long as you're vibing,
As
do
long
your
as you're
thing.
vibing. Yeah. And in your videos, I love to see all the cats and stuff. How many cats do you have?
Just the two. It's just I don't know. I feel like I'm like a stereotypical cat person. Like how cats are like seen as like independent, whatever. They're pissed off. They're whatever. I just feel like cats are dope. I fuck with them, so it's funny. Somebody roasted me for having cats in my first video, and I was like, you know what? Because you said that, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna put cats in everything. I'm just gonna really go with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And like I couldn't ever own a dog because then after you get that dog, that's 25% of your life.
Cats could be too. You never know. It's just sometimes they run away.
I don't know. That hasn't been an issue for me, but just dogs are. I'd want a lizard. My friend has a lizard dead internally. Shouts out to him. Would you ever consider getting a reptile or no?
I love any animal that I feel like it will connect with me. I've met snakes that have acted like dogs, and you spend forever trying to replicate that experience, but sometimes you just get one that just kind of looks at you and doesn't really care. You know.
Yeah, I don't know that I could ever own a snake though. Even though my music name is like has the word snake in it though. I don't like snakes though. Like I don't know how people like learn how to like get them not to kill you. Does that make sense? It's like owning a shark.
I feel like it's like a respect thing. They can tell when you're like afraid of them. Like with what's that animal? That dogs, right? They can sense fear. I feel like with snakes, it's like if you treat it like you respect it and let it do its thing. I mean, there's gonna be ones who are like fuck you, but I don't know. I think all animals are cool.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's the same thing for like sharks though. Like unless you're not bleeding, I think they're not really gonna bother you.
I think it depends. I'm not exactly trying to find out, but
Yeah, let's go shark. I'm gonna go shark hunting now. Damn. Oh shit. But has anybody been like a help for like your music at all? You have any like mentors or anybody that's helped you with your music at all?
I feel like mentor's a funny word because you can have like people who really help you, but I feel like if you tell them that like, bro, you're like a mentor to me, it's like a whoa, weirdo, why are you creating this gap or whatever? But I've had like so many people have like had such a like impact on me and they don't even know. Like every interaction, everything is like it's crazy. And I don't communicate that part very well, but there's so many people. I guess as far as mentor, I would, it'd be expected for me to, point out APOC because he's been doing the thing a whole lot longer than me. But yeah, I mean like so many people, so many dope people have given me the benefit of the doubt before I necessarily
Yeah.
was ready for it. So there's just so many people.
Apoc Crisis is like, he's amazing. He's just like, I don't even know where to start and how much I love his fucking music. I love what he's done for Soulze, like the production that he's done with him. Like, when did you start working with Apoc?
I think like 6 months ago. What happened from my perspective? Maybe this isn't exactly what happened, but I reached out to System S and I was like, "Yo, we should collab." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll hit you back when I got something." And then she hit me back, and it was something that he was on. And so like it just kind of ever since then, it's like I was getting to know him very slowly, and then basically I got invited to a Discord, got to talking to him, realized we got along pretty well, and it's just like the rest is history. That dude's a hard worker, and it's hard to find people that can match your work ethic, but when you do, it's like insane.
You can't stop working with that one person that matches the energy that you. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Absolutely.
Where's he from though?
Georgia. I think he reps Atlanta.
Yeah, that's where Sly's from. Shouts out to Sly. I fuck with Sly. Do you listen to Sly?
Here's the thing. I listen to all kinds of stuff, but if you ask me about specific artists, I'm really bad with like titles and stuff. I just kind of let shit play. I mean, I probably do. I don't know.
What's the
I
last?
say his name a lot.
What's the last couple songs you listen to on your playlist or whatever?
See, on my own, I listen to shit that doesn't really reflect the music I'm making too well, because I be jamming like Mac Miller and Fleetwood Mac and stuff like that, which doesn't really add up to
Yeah, I messed with
what's going
Fleetwood
on.
Mac. Do they have a song called like Gypsy? Is that one of their songs?
Yeah.
I love that song. That's a good song. And then the one song that everyone puts in every movie for some reason, the what's that song that's like Never Break the Chain or some shit.
Yeah, The Chain.
That shit's a good song though. And then the Cranberry Juice song.
Dreams? Did
Yeah.
you just call Dreams the Cranberry Juice song?
Are you
Look,
offended? Are you offended?
I've been drinking cranberry juice and listening to Fleetwood Mac way before all this, and now everybody's all like, "I love Fleetwood Mac." It's like, look, not to gatekeep, but I've been jamming this shit forever, and now you're just gonna come out here and be sipping cranberry juice and listening to
Skateboarding.
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, and skateboarding. I mean,
These
do your thing.
goddamn kids. These TikTakers. These
Yeah.
TikTakers. Oh man. Do you have a TikTok?
I do. I've been using it more than I'd like to admit. I was one of those turn my nose up at it people, but then the algorithm learned what I like, and I'm like, nice, funny.
Yeah, you
Cool.
can't stop. I heard this one joke, and it was like, if you want to be on the treadmill for 1 hour, just open TikTok, and then just like put it at 3 miles an hour, and you'll burn a couple hundred calories.
Yeah.
That's just. Do you like post shit there, or is it just like watching? Like, is it just a pedestrian account?
Well, before I was using it, I was trying to post, but it's so like difficult. And then I started using it more, and then I started posting more. And so yeah, I post a little bit.
Yeah. I posted something and it got like 1 million views there. It's really easy to fucking blow shit up there. It's literally nothing. It's literally a video, a screen recording of a stand-up comedy written by robots. Like, I didn't even make the video. It was literally me just shit posting, putting up random shit, and like just putting like a meme, and then it gets like 1 million views. And then so Debbie Ryan from Jessie liked my photo, like the TikTok.
Wow.
Do you mess
Nice.
with Jessie? Do you mess with Disney
mean-
shows?
Disney is nostalgia, so I mean that's super dope. Yeah.
What's your favorite Disney show?
Oh gosh. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not very good at like recalling stuff. So I got nothing to pull. My brain just said, huh, hit TV? I can't think of anything.
You don't, what about like any childhood shows that you mess with?
I watched a lot of Teen Titans and Courage and SpongeBob. All of that like fucked up shit that is like there's like subliminal like existential
Yeah,
ideas
SpongeBob
happening.
is pretty dark. Like it's pretty like stressful. Like all the issues like with him and his job and shit. Like after you get a job, like for me when I got a job at like a food place, now I'm like getting flashbacks to fucking SpongeBob, and it's so like it's stressful. That's why I hate working in restaurants. I quit my job at Red Robin. Fucking hate that shit.
Food industry is something else. It's just oof.
Yeah. What's like the worst job you've ever had?
Well, see, all my jobs were pretty weird. I have a knack for getting really weird jobs. I worked at a smoke shop, a bagel shop, and an escape room. So it's like
An escape
they,
room?
yeah, they all had their challenges. I worked at the escape room the longest, but that shit was the most challenging. You gotta like walk in and be like, "Hi, welcome to the name of this place. I'll be your game guide. I'm gonna be watching you on that camera. Here are some rules." Like it's just so exhausting, especially if you're introverted. I was like, "All right, I hate it here. All right, this sucks. Okay. Oh, hi, nice to meet you." Like it's just so exhausting.
Oh man, like I have a question in escape rooms? Are you like looking at the security thing, and are they like screaming at each other, and like do they have you ever gotten people that like really want to leave and they just start like banging on the door and shit?
I've never had that. I worked there for like quite a while, but I've never quite had that. I've had people make like porn star jokes to me, but never people freaking out. It was always like people trying to like say some weird stuff to me or being like, "Can she hear us? Like whatever, whatever, like all this shit." But no, I mean, like, yeah, you're watching them the whole time. You kind of control which clues they get based on how they're progressing. It's just like,
You
it's
feel
so
like the
funny.
Squid Game front man.
Yeah, it's because like people just talk out loud when they're under stress. So you just like it's so funny to observe people, just all kinds of different people and the way they like handle that. It's so weird.
But now I want to get that job, yo. You're really putting me on. Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of work though. It goes by so fast because it's so much like it's busy. It's so much to do.
Yeah. What was more? What was? Is that the most stressful job you had, or was the smoke shop chiller?
I think that's well, see that bagel shop I did not work very long at because it was like food and I hate working food industry because there's one like people are entitled in the world in general, but when it comes to their food, people treat you like you do not exist or you exist to serve them. It is insane.
Because it's their primal need. Is that like you know what I mean? But
Yeah, well, the food industry is just seen as like the bottom of the barrel, even though it's like really hard work. People just have this idea about it. It's like, oh, you're what? You're some like high school kid, some college kid, like whatever. But give me my whatever, and just like,
give me my fucking
okay,
frappuccino, yeah. Like yeah. I like and another thing about like food shit is a lot of barking. Does that make sense? A lot of people like
can I get a yeah,
Table 79. Table
yeah.
79. That shit is so annoying. But shit, what else could we talk about? Do you have any like announcements about like new music you're working on?
Uh, no, see, because I like to under promise but over deliver. I make lots of shit, you know. I have a schedule, but nothing necessarily to tease. But there's lots of dope things happening. So,
What type of schedule? Like what do you mean? Do you have
like
like a
I
do you have a mission board?
no, like a song a week. Like that's the schedule.
That's the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it hard to like get to becoming like consistent and shit like that? Was it hard to start doing that?
Never had a problem with that. If there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's press record and say some shit. Like it's really just comes down to beats. It's if I don't get enough beats, can't help that. But if I got the beats, I'm just like, all right, I got stuff to say. Let's go, let's go. You know, that's never been a problem.
That's what's up. Do you have any anybody you'd like to shout out before we wrap this interview up?
Damn. See, I'm bad with names and thinking of people. I mean, shout out to anybody fucking with me. That's like, that's the thing you gotta be super grateful for. It's dope if you fuck with me, and if you don't, hey, maybe you'll change your mind. You know, it's whatever. But yeah, anybody who fucks with me, shout out to you. Shout out to them. You know?
All right, thanks for coming on the podcast. This was a fun little chat. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
thanks for having me.
Of course. Bye.